Good morning. Welcome to Just for Today, a time of eclectic reading, sharing of perspectives, meditation, and prayer. I'm Reverend Rafe Ellis, Senior Minister and Spiritual Leader at the newly joined Centers for Spiritual Living Communities of Greater Baltimore and Columbia. Today is November 8th. And this morning I'm reading from Circular Leadership, We Rise Together by Linda Roebuck. And I opened it up to page 150, and it offers us a consideration of how to set intentions, to be specific or to be open-ended. So here's what the reading offers us. In setting an intention, be specific or be open-ended. This issue has been perplexing for me and, again, reminds me that I am a work in progress. I guess that is what evolving is all about. Numerous research studies have shown that being very specific about what we want to manifest works quite well when setting an intention. The more specific, the better. The researchers are very adamant about this point. Years ago, I followed this way of being, and it worked well for me. However, as I developed a closer relationship with the divine, I began to question this method. I know just what I want, but is that coming from my higher self? Is it ego-based? From my human, limited self? Will I be limiting the good that only God knows? For now, I prefer to be more general in setting my intention. I just use the word thrive and know that Source best knows the truth and specifics of what is for the highest good in a particular situation. This has been working well for me. I am amazed and pleased that for now I will stay with the more general intention of calling for thriving. However, to cover my bases, I am now adding the phrase at the end, I am invoking this or something even better. I appreciate the struggle. I appreciate the questioning. Specifics, open-ended. I have been in the same struggle. I continue to go in and out of the struggle with that. And what I have become aware of is that it's more nuanced for me. It's more nuanced than just whether or not to be specific or open-ended. If I'm being open-ended, am I doing so from a place of clarity about what I want to experience and simply being open-ended about how I'm willing to experience it? Or have I slipped into the delusion that the activity of law will massage my intention, will filter my intention, will adjust my intention as it unfolds it? Because I think that is delusional thinking. The activity of law is mechanical. And so then it comes back to me that maybe the work where I need to be intentional is in clearing up hidden beliefs that are actually the real intention, the unconscious intention that I'm setting in motion. Because sometimes I can be so clear what the intention is, and those hidden beliefs, those unquestioned, this is the way it is, are operating in the background, in the foreground, in the all ground, and I'm unaware of it, there's a reason they call them hidden beliefs, because they're hidden from us. And so it can really hinder our process of setting intentions, because I think I'm setting the intention based on surface thought, based on desire, and what's really happening is that hidden belief. How do we get out of that? Pay attention to what comes back to us. When we set an intention and we get feedback, to understand that what we're getting back is a reflection of what we actually thought into law. And so then we do the work to get clear what the belief is that's operating as this thing we don't want. Shift that belief and then reset our intention. What I have come to know is that it's a process. It's not a one and done. And every intention I set reveals more hidden beliefs. And perhaps that's why we're here. I don't know. That's what I know today. What I know later today will likely be different. What I knew yesterday was different. What I'll know tomorrow will be different. And maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. Yeah. So I'm going to read this one more time. Take us into our time of meditation and contemplation. This issue of setting intentions has been perplexing for me, and again reminds me that I am a work in progress. I guess that is what evolving is all about. Numerous research studies have shown that being very specific about what we want to manifest works quite well when setting our intention. The more specific, the better. The researchers are very adamant about this point. Years ago, I followed this way of being, and it worked well for me. However, as I developed a closer relationship with the divine, I began to question this method. I know just what I want, but is that coming from my higher self? Is it ego-based? From human limited self? Will I be limiting the good that only God knows? For now, I prefer to be more general in setting my intention. I just use the word thrive and know that Source knows best the truth and specifics of what is for the highest good in a particular situation. This has been working well for me. I am amazed and pleased that for now I will stay with the more general intention of calling for thriving. However, to cover my bases, I am now adding the phrase at the end, I am invoking this or something even better. And so let's take that into our time of meditation and contemplation. Good morning, Chris. One love, one life, one peace, one power, one energy, one substance, one realm of infinite possibility. Consciousness itself, the quantum field, God, the great mystery, the I am, the all in all, whatever we call it. It simply exists. It always has. Made out of nothing. It simply is self-existent. It exists within and as itself. Its desire to express, being infinite possibility, I imagine, I sense that its desire is to continuously expand by expressing newness, infinite possibility, individualizing itself as new expressions of this infinite possibility. The stars, the moon, the cosmos, the planets, the planetary inhabitants, everything that is seen and unseen that connects all of the eternal moments of now. All of the individualized expressions of this one substance, consciousness itself, fully infusing every expression of itself with itself, active, purposeful, intentional, at whatever level of expression it is expressing. So I know that I am that in form. And being that in form, I stand on the agency of the creative process that is the infinite expressing itself. And so I recognize that the activity of intention is the activity of yes to that divine desire to express, to be a portal of infinite expression, to be a portal where infinite possibility becomes probability, becomes reality, becomes expressed in, through, and as each expression of creation. I recognize and I claim and affirm, I take ownership that the activity of intention is my divine yes. That I say yes to the specifics as I know them, and yes to being more than my human experience can imagine being. And as I say yes to more than my brain can imagine, I experience newness. It becomes a new pattern within my human brain to create from and with. The activity of expansion. I claim and affirm that the activity of life mirrors back to me what is in it, what is being submitted into the activity of law, that mechanical operation of fulfillment. So I move beyond me and you, us and them, to simply recognize and take ownership of what is being reflected back, and to do the work in consciousness, to reveal those hidden thoughts that are operating, to do the mental healing of bringing thought into alignment, to live a greater expression of oneness, to live in that common ground of unity, to be present with as I learn to be present as. To simply learn to be. And as I learn to be, the desire simply flows through me to the activity of law, to the manifestation. The active blueprint expressing in perfection, in alignment with the truth of being. I say yes to that intention. Yes to every intention that gets me there. Yes. Yes to thriving beyond my wildest human imagination. Yes to the newness that scares me in this human iteration until it doesn't. A yes that redefines thriving as an unrestricted, as an affluent expression of creation itself, without restriction. I claim it. And knowing that the word spoken, the word claimed, the word embodied has already been responded to in the activity of law, the doer within the creative process. That mechanical operation of manifestation has already made it so. And so I live in the expectancy of it in form. I live knowing that it's already fulfilled. I act as if until I be as. Grateful. And so I let go. Standing on the faith, on the agency that it is complete, I let go. I let go of all efforts to try to control it. I let go of all efforts to try to make anything happen because I remember that it's already done. I let go. I let it be. Ashe. Shalom. Aho. Amen. Amen. And so it is. Namaste.